Yo, Lily! I was just looking through my contact list and I was surprised to see that I still had your number. Man, but let me tell you what, that wasn't even half as much of a surprise as what happened earlier today.
Oh, hey, Ken. Yeah, I was pretty surprised too.
Right? Like, what are the chances? I moved to a new apartment, I'm scoping out the neighborhood, then I get hungry, so I pop into the convenience store right down the road from my apartment, and boom! I run into you for the first time since college. And then you told me that you actually lived right next door to that store. It's a small world, huh?
Couldn't say that again. I had just gone into the store looking to buy an eraser. I was definitely not expecting to see you.
Oh, and hey, the coincidences don't stop there. I'm actually starting a part-time job at that convenience store next week.
Wow, really? Oh, that's cool. Well, I guess that means we might start bumping into each other more regularly, huh?
I guess it depends on how often you need to buy erasers. You know, you really haven't changed much at all since we were in college.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're still wearing the same old worn-out, lame, boring clothes as you always used to.
You think my clothes are lame and boring?
Yeah, you know me, I'm a straight shooter. And good grief, girl, those clothes look like you pulled them out of the dumpster of a thrift shop. Like, what was up with that outfit anyway?
My outfit? I was just wearing my normal clothes, I guess. A t-shirt, jeans, sandals.
Yeah, exactly. What kind of girl actually walks around in public like that?
This one, I guess. I go to that store an awful lot, and I know most of the staff on a first-name basis. So, I don't know. I guess I never really feel the need to dress up at all when I'm only popping over to buy something really quick.
Listen, Lily, I'm telling you this is a friend, all right? You're a girl. You need to be taking better care of yourself. Put on a proper shirt, some makeup, little perfume wouldn't hurt. Like, I genuinely can't believe you were able to walk around in public looking like that without dying of embarrassment. What were you thinking? Your clothes were an absolute disaster area. They looked absolutely ragged.
Did it really? I don't feel like it's that worn out. I only bought that shirt a few months ago. The jeans I've had a bit longer, but not for more than a year or so.
You really don't get it, do you? Tell me, Lily, how much did you spend on that entire outfit? $30? $40? It couldn't have cost you any more than $50.
I don't really remember an exact number, but yeah, you're probably in the ballpark.
Okay, so yeah, I was exactly right then. It wouldn't even matter if those clothes were all brand spanking new. An outfit that cheap looks like 50-year-old hand-me-downs to me.
I see.
So the next time we see each other, I'd appreciate it if you would make yourself just a bit more presentable, all right? Oh, and I mentioned this before, but whoever told you that you were naturally beautiful and didn't need any makeup, they were lying to you. You need a lot of work. If we're going to be associated with each other, then you're going to need to look like someone who's on my level. Get what I mean?
Well, no, I don't really get what you mean. But if how I look bothers you that much, then you could just, not talk to me.
Excuse me?
To make a long story short, for my work, I need to be able to move around easily. That's why I was wearing the clothes I was today. You might even say that's like my work uniform. So, yeah, as much as we were friendly back in college, I'm not going to change the way I dress just to please you.
I take it back. You have changed since college.
I'm sorry to have disappointed you. See you, Ken.
Oh no, Lily, please, for the love of God! You just came into my convenience store wearing the exact ragged clothes you were wearing before! How many times is that now? I lost track at 10!
Good evening, Ken. I'm glad to see you have enough free time at work to text former college classmates about how much you dislike their attire. But really? It's a convenience store that's literally right next door to my place. I don't really feel like I need to dress up like I'm about to walk a Paris runway to grab a hot dog and a fountain drink.
Well, you could at least do better than your outfit today, which, if I had to describe it, was more like you were about to walk downtown to go panhandling. Another day, another cheap t-shirt and old jeans.
I'm pretty sure I explained this to you before. These are the clothes I wear for work.
Aha, sure. Work, huh? Tell me, Lily, how do you go to work when you just stay cooped up in your apartment all day?
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
I'm saying the jig is up, Lily. I know.
What do you know?
That you're not actually going to work. You don't have any kind of job, do you?
Not that it's any of your business, but yes, I do have a job. It just so happens that I'm able to work from home.
Is that so? Interesting. Why don't you go ahead and tell me all about this fascinating job of yours?
I'm an artist.
Oh, I get it. You spend all your time doing those adult coloring books, right?
No, I'm an illustrator and I draw for a living.
Are you kidding me? What kind of living can you make by drawing pictures? Tell you what, I got some old college textbooks full of drawings I did while bored in class. Think I could get a few bucks for those?
Probably not, no. Despite what you think, this is actually a very competitive industry. Only the best of the best can actually make something of themselves doing this.
Yeah, sure, whatever, very impressive. Anyway, we need to get back to the more pressing issue here.
And that is?
The fact that there is absolutely nothing feminine about you in the slightest.
I never asked for your opinion on my femininity, Ken.
Tell you what, I think I know exactly what you need. My girlfriend has unbelievably great fashion sense. How about I set you two up for a meeting, and she can help give you a much-needed makeover.
Oh, you have a girlfriend?
I know, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm taken.
I'm less disappointed and more just surprised.
Oh, yeah? Well, you shouldn't be. Julie is my girlfriend.
Julie? You don't by any chance mean the Julie who I was roommates with in college, do you?
Yeah, she's the one. I gotta say, back in college, Julie and you both look just like you do right now. But holy smokes, I bumped into her a while back, and wow! She had her hair done up all pretty, she was wearing a gorgeous outfit, she had makeup on like she actually cares about her appearance. She was like a whole new woman.
Huh. Yeah, that makes sense to me. You know that Julie's mom is a fashion designer, right? And that she launched her own brand?
Yeah, I knew about that, but, so what?
So Julie's mom talked to her a few years ago about Julie one day taking over the brand. Julie said she was interested, so she started working close together with her mom every day. I understand that most of the clothes she wears around town are her company's products.
Oh, I guess that's cool. So wait, are you and Julie still talking and stuff?
Yeah, from time to time. She hadn't told me anything about getting a boyfriend, though. That's why I was so surprised earlier when you said you were dating her. I found out both that she had a boyfriend and that it was you at the same time.
I see. I guess she probably didn't break the news to you out of pity.
Huh? Pity?
But anyway, now you know, Julie finally became the sort of stylish, attractive girl who's worthy of being my girlfriend. So I asked her out, and the rest is history.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk to me about?
Huh? Oh, nah, not really, I guess.
Cool. Then if you don't mind, I need to go. I'm in the middle of a big project, and I'm really busy right now.
Ah, gotcha. Let me think. I bet you'd probably be able to sell one of your little drawings for about $1 or so. So does that mean you have to do 10 drawings an hour to get minimum wage? Yikes, you must be busy. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Lily, why didn't you tell me you had an older sister?
Older sister?
Yeah, I just saw this absolute hottie walking out of your apartment.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have an older sister.
Oh, then was that your younger sister?
The only sibling I have is an older brother who doesn't even work in this state.
Huh, that's weird. I've seen your mom come into the store before, so I know it's not her.
Perhaps you saw a ghost?
Nah, I don't believe in ghosts, and even if I did, I don't think ghosts are that hot.
Okay, well, then I don't know what to tell you. The only woman in my family other than myself is my mom.
But then, who was that babe that just walked out of your apartment?
Who knows?
Well, you must know. I saw her this morning around 9 a.m., and my God, you should have seen her. Her makeup was absolutely flawless. She was wearing a luxury brand pantsuit and high heels, and the way she walked, wow! It was like watching a cool spring breeze blowing through a grassy field. This girl absolutely oozed wealth and status from every single fiber of her being.
Wait a second. This girl walked out of my apartment at 9 a.m. wearing a pantsuit?
Do you mean you remembered who she is? Tell me! Tell me right now!
I'm pretty sure the girl you saw was me.
What? That was you?
Yeah, I had a meeting with a client this morning, so, I had to make myself look presentable and all that.
Oh my God!
Okay, maybe I don't dress up like that all too often, but did I really look all that differently from usual?
Okay, I get it now. I never knew you had such a cute and playful side, Lily.
I have a cute and playful side?
Yeah, I see what's going on here. You wanted me to see you, didn't you? You wanted to show off how good you can look when you really put your mind to it, so you got all dressed up and put on a show just for me.
I have no idea what could have possibly given you that impression.
You did your best to hide it, but I can see right through you, Lily. But hey, I'm proud of you. You're finally being honest about your feelings for me.
Oh, no.
Nah, there's nothing you need to be all oh no about. I really do wish you could have been more honest from the get-go.
Ken, what on earth are you going on about?
Aw, man, you're getting shy again.
No, I'm not shy. I'm genuinely confused. Could you please just come right out and say exactly what you mean?
Man, are you really gonna make me say it? This is the sort of thing that you really ought to be saying yourself. It would be way cuter if you did it that way.
I'm not trying to be cute, Ken. Just say what you mean.
All right, if that's what you really want. You're finally admitting that you have a crush on me, and I'm finally ready to allow you to be my new girlfriend.
What?
Congratulations, Lily. You've been waiting a long time for this moment, haven't you? I'll bet you're jumping up and down like a girl in a romantic comedy movie right now.
I'm actually not.
Go ahead, you can admit it. I've known since back when we were in college that you had a crush on me.
Excuse me?
I saw the way you looked at me when we walked by each other on campus, when we had the same classes together. You were practically screaming that you had a crush on me.
I was doing no such thing.
Seriously, you've got nothing to worry about. I didn't pay you any attention back then because you had no style, but that's all in the past. Now that you've become more honest with yourself and are trying your best to impress me. And man, you really hit it out of the park with that outfit this morning. And another thing, that pantsuit was from a really high-end brand. So you must be making a pretty good amount of money, right?
My aunt made me that pantsuit as a present after I graduated from college.
Nah, I know a good brand when I see it. There's no way that was handmade. But anyway, I'm proud to say that you are officially qualified to be my wife.
Ken?
What is it, darling?
You're creeping me out. Whatever this is, knock it off.
Why?
For starters, what about Julie? Didn't you say the two of you were dating?
Oh, her? Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to bench her for now.
Meaning what?
Meaning from now on, you're gonna be my #1 girl.
I'll pass.
Pass? Are you serious? I think your shy and bashful routine has gone on long enough, Lily. I've gone pretty far out of my way to help you out here. I'm willing to make you my #1, but that's only if you're prepared to play the part. That means you need to be a lot more honest with yourself.
I'm serious, Ken. This is really, really creepy, and I want you to stop. And another thing, you're extremely confused about a lot of things, so let me clear things up for you.
I don't think I'm confused about anything.
I'm sure you don't. For starters, regarding the outfit you saw me wearing today, that's how I always dress when I go to meet with clients.
It is?
Yeah, so I didn't go out of my way to dress up just to impress you. There's only one person who I'd actually dress up for, My fiancé.
Your fiancé?
And another thing, you said you were dating Julie, right?
Well, yeah, but, I guess if you're not available, then I'll just keep going out with her.
Julie says that she's not dating you. She just said that she ran into you in town one day, and after that, you started bombarding her with texts every day. She's apparently considering talking to the police if you continue.
The police? But if it bothers her that much, why not just block me?
She said she really wants to block you, but would feel bad about it since you were friendly back in college. But now you know how she really feels, so stop texting her. Got it?
Wait. How do you know that's how she feels?
She literally told me right now. I'm having lunch with her.
What? But why?
Because she wants me to design a mascot for her company's brand. We're meeting up for lunch today to discuss the details.
A mascot? You do that?
I told you I was an artist, right? That's what I do.
Whoa! That's crazy!
No, you are. And as such, both Julie and I will be blocking your number right now. Just a few days after I sent that final text message and blocked his number, I stopped seeing him at the convenience store. I was friendly with the store manager, so I asked him if Ken had changed shifts or what. Apparently there was an incident involving Ken and a college freshman girl that just got hired. He got the idea in his head that she was crazy about him, so he walked up to her from behind, gave her a big hug, and said, "How's it feel to be my next girlfriend?" She screamed, obviously, and it was so loud that some residents of nearby apartment buildings called the police. He had also been drawing complaints for putting the moves on young female customers, so the manager fired him on the spot. I never saw him again after that, but I did hear something of an update from a friend of mine. After he got fired, he just stayed holed up in his apartment all day, not even leaving to buy food. He spent all his money on delivery to the point that he was unable to pay his rent. His landlord contacted his parents, who came to pick him up and dragged him back home to live with them. I don't know what he's doing now, but I'm really glad I'll never have to deal with him again.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Kara, do you have a moment? I need to talk to you about something. Vivian, what's going on? What do you need to talk about? You work at a law office, right? Something related to lawyers? Yeah, I'm a legal secretary for a law office. Why? Is something wrong? Well, I was wondering if the lawyer you work for is experienced with divorce cases. Divorce? My boss doesn't specialize in that, but I could find someone who does. Do you know someone going through a divorce? No, it's not someone I know. It's me. I'm the one getting a divorce. Wait, what? You? You and Ben? You're joking, right? I wish I was, but no, it's real. That's why I reached out. I remembered that you work at a law firm, and I thought maybe you could help me find a good divorce lawyer. I can't believe this. You and Ben have been together since high school. You two were always so close. What happened? It's complicated. Let's just say we had a huge fight, and there's no going back from it. A fight? A fight so bad that it's leading to a divorce? What on earth happened? Like I said, it's complicated. Things have been building up for a while, and yesterday everything just exploded. There's no fixing it. I don't even know what to say. This is so sudden, but I guess if it's really over, there's not much I can do. I'll talk to my boss and see if he can refer you to someone. That would be great, thank you. Are there any specific things you need to discuss with the lawyer? Like, do you need help figuring out what to do before the divorce is finalized? Or are you concerned about how to divide assets? If you let me know in advance, I can make sure you get the right advice. Actually, there's one thing I really need to know about. I want to understand how alimony works. Alimony? Wait a second, that means Ben did something wrong, didn't he? He cheated. No way, that doesn't sound like him. No, it wasn't Ben. It was me. What? Yeah, I'm the one that cheated. Hold on. You're the one who had an affair? Yeah. Vivian, are you serious right now? I am. Ben found out yesterday, and we had a huge fight. After that, there was no going back. So we decided to get a divorce. I can't believe this. You cheated? I know, it's a lot. Vivian, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I just assumed that if you were asking about alimony, it meant Ben did something terrible. But if you were the one who had an affair, well, that's why I need to know more. I want to understand how alimony works in a situation like mine. Specifically, I want to know if there's a way to reduce it. Reduce it? Wait, are you talking about Ben paying you alimony? Of course, that's how it works, right? The woman gets alimony. Hold on, you think you're getting alimony? Even though you're the one who cheated? Well, yeah, that's how it usually works, isn't it? No, that's not how it works. Alimony isn't some automatic thing women get just because they're women. It depends on who's at fault, and in this case, you're the one who had an affair. But I still need money. I mean, just because I'm getting divorced doesn't mean I won't have financial needs, and I'm only working part-time. Vivian, are you hearing yourself right now? You cheated on your husband, and now you want him to pay you alimony? I mean, yeah, why not? Because that's not how this works. Alimony is for the spouse who is financially dependent and also not at fault. You're the one who broke the marriage. Why would Ben have to pay you? Wait, so you're saying I don't get anything? Exactly. You don't get alimony if you were the one who caused the divorce. If anything, you might have to pay Ben. What? Women can be ordered to pay alimony? Of course. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you're the one who cheated, you're the one responsible. But I'm the one getting divorced. Doesn't that mean I should get something? No, that's not how this works at all. I don't understand. I always thought that when couples get divorced, the woman gets financial support. That's not how the law works. If you had been faithful and Ben had just decided to leave you, then maybe you could argue for alimony. But in this case, you're the one who caused the divorce. You don't get rewarded for that. But that doesn't seem fair. Fair? Are you serious right now? You cheated and now you expect Ben to pay for your future? That's beyond unfair. But I'll have expenses after the divorce, and I'm planning to marry the guy I had an affair with. It's not like I can afford to lose all financial support. Wait. You're telling me you already have plans to marry the guy you cheated with? Yeah. Unbelievable. What? Vivian, you're asking Ben to pay you money so that you can start a new life with the man you cheated with. Do you hear how ridiculous that sounds? I mean, I just thought that's how it worked, that the woman gets support. No, that's not how it works. And even if it did, do you seriously think Ben would just accept that? I don't know. I just don't want to struggle financially. Vivian, listen to me. This isn't about you struggling financially. It's about consequences. Actions have consequences. You made a choice, and now you have to live with it. You can't just expect Ben to finance your new life. But I really thought I'd still be entitled to something. You're not. If anything, Ben could sue you for damages. He could demand financial compensation for emotional distress. What? Yeah, if he wanted, he could sue you. And if the court sides with him, you might end up paying him instead of the other way around. That's insane. No, what's insane is thinking you deserve alimony after breaking your marriage. I didn't think it would be like this. Vivian, I think you need to take a step back and really think about what you're asking for. I guess. I just thought things would work out in my favor. Well, they won't. You made a choice. Now you have to deal with the consequences. I don't know what to do now. Find a good lawyer and prepare yourself, because this divorce isn't going to go the way you thought it would. Kara, what am I going to do? This is a nightmare. I didn't know I'd have to pay alimony. Yeah, I kind of figured you didn't. I mean, isn't that something only guys pay? Like the husband supports the wife after the divorce. That's how it works, right? No, Vivian, that's not how it works. It's 2025, not the 1950s. Alimony isn't about gender. It's about who's responsible for the marriage ending. And in this case, that's you. This can't be happening. I thought I'd be the one getting paid, not the other way around. Yeah, because screaming for a divorce after cheating on your husband is such a winning strategy. I didn't think it through, okay? I was angry. Ben was yelling at me. What was I supposed to do? Just stand there and let him tear me apart? Honestly, yeah. You kind of should have. You betrayed him, Vivian. He had every right to be furious. What did you expect? That he'd just shrug and say, "Oh well, no big deal"? I know I screwed up. But he was constantly losing it. He was yelling, crying. He even called me disgusting. Do you have any idea how humiliating that was? Vivian, seriously? You're upset because he made you feel bad? What about how you made him feel? You shattered his trust. You took the life you were building together and set it on fire. Did you really think there wouldn't be consequences? I didn't think it would be like this. I thought maybe we'd fight, he'd cool down, and we'd work it through it. I never imagined it would actually lead to divorce. Well, it did, and you're the one who pushed it there. But what if I take it back? If I say I don't want the divorce anymore, maybe we can stop everything, right? It doesn't work like that. You can't just hit rewind. If you're the one at fault, you don't get to change your mind when things get tough. And let's be honest, do you really think Ben wants to fix things after what you did? I don't know. I thought maybe, deep down, he still loves me enough to try. I'm not sure love works like that after betrayal. And if he's serious about leaving, there's nothing you can do to stop him. But I didn't mean it. When I screamed that I wanted a divorce, I wasn't thinking straight. I was just lashing out. I thought I had the upper hand. I thought I'd be walking away with alimony, not a bill. Wow, you really didn't think this through, did you? I didn't think I needed to. I mean, I'm the wife. Doesn't that mean I'm supposed to be the one who gets support? No, you cheated, Vivian. Cheaters don't get rewarded. They pay. And the worst part, you didn't just ruin your marriage. You blew up your entire life. I didn't mean to ruin everything. Intentions don't matter. Actions do. I can't believe this is happening. And now that Ben's left, I don't even know where he is. You think he's coming back? I thought he would. I thought he just needed some time to cool off. But it's been over a day and I haven't heard from him. He's probably at his parents' place. If he's at his parents' house, then they already know. No, oh, no way. Vivian, be real. You think his mother, would keep quiet about something like this? You know she's probably already called half the family, and I wouldn't be surprised if your parents are next. Oh my God, if my parents find out, oh, Cara, they'll kill me. Yeah, well, maybe you should have thought of that before you blew up your marriage. I can't believe this. I have to do something. There has to be a way to fix this. What if I get a lawyer, a really good one? A lawyer can't perform miracles. This isn't some legal loophole you can wiggle through. You cheated. The law is pretty clear on that. But I already told my boyfriend he wouldn't have to worry about anything. I promised him Ben would be the one paying. If it turns out I have to pay, and a lot, he's going to freak out. Wait, you already told him he wouldn't have to pay anything? Yeah. Oh, Vivian, that was stupid. I didn't know, okay? I thought it was a sure thing. Well, it's not. And you know what's worse? Ben can also sue your boyfriend for damages. What? He can sue him. Your affair caused emotional and financial harm. The law allows Ben to go after both of you. No. This can't be real. He can't do that. He absolutely can. How much are we even talking about? I mean, it can't be that much, right? Depending on the circumstances, somewhere between 20 and 30,000. 30 grand? Each. Each? You mean my boyfriend has to pay 30,000 too? Yeah, welcome to reality. He's going to lose it. We don't have that kind of money. Yeah, well, should have thought of that before you cheated. But if we split it, it's only 15,000 each. That's still doable if we cancel the honeymoon. Hold on. What did you just say? If we cancel the honeymoon, we can cover it. Vivian, it's not 30,000 combined. It's 30,000 each. You owe 30,000 and he owes 30,000. No way. That's insane. That's how it works, and it gets worse. How could it possibly get worse? Your boyfriend is married, right? Yeah, why? If his wife finds out, and trust me, she probably will, she can sue both of you too. What? You heard me. Another $30,000 each. No, no way. That's $60,000. I don't have that kind of money. Not my problem. I'm just a part-timer. What happens if I can't pay? If you can't pay, the court can garnish your wages. Every paycheck you get, it'll go straight to them. No. There has to be a way out. Your boss is a lawyer. Can't he fix this? Vivian, no lawyer can make this disappear. But there has to be someone who's never lost a case. This isn't a TV show. There's no magic lawyer who can clean up your mess. You did this to yourself. Why is this happening to me? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you cheated on your husband and then acted like you were the victim. You're supposed to help me. You're my friend. I am helping you. I'm telling you the truth. Forget it. I'll find my own lawyer, someone who actually knows what they're doing. You're useless, Kara. Don't ever contact me again. Vivian, wait. Goodbye, Kara. Unbelievable.
Kara, it's been a while. It's Ben.
Wait, Ben? Are you okay? I've heard a lot from Vivian, but are you really all right?
First off, I just want to apologize for all the trouble that Vivian caused you. I've heard she really made a mess of things over there, and I just feel terrible about it. But anyway, I'm relieved to say that things with the divorce have finally settled down. It's been a long process, but it looks like we've reached a point where things are at least somewhat wrapped up for now.
I see. Well, that's good, I guess. It's a relief, but at the same time, I'm still not entirely sure what happened. So what happened after everything settled? If you don't want to go into too much detail, I completely understand, but I can't help but be curious. You've been through a lot, and I just want to know how you're holding up.
Honestly, I actually want to share the whole thing with you. I still can't believe Vivian turned out the way she did. I thought I knew her, you know? It's been one shock after another, one unbelievable moment after another. I really had no idea how much things had spiraled out of control.
What on earth did she do? I can't even imagine.
Well, here's where it all started. She actually showed up for the meeting we set up for the divorce proceedings, but you won't believe this. She brought the guy she's been seeing along with her. I had already invited Vivian's parents, and to be honest, I wasn't expecting it to be so tense. But she made it even worse by inviting the guy's parents and his wife to the meeting, too. And when we all sat down to talk, out of nowhere she turns to his wife and yells, "Why are you here, you homewrecker?"
Wait, what? The homewrecker was Vivian. How could she say something like that? Especially in front of everyone, including the lawyer.
Yeah, it was right there in front of the lawyer. And as if that wasn't enough, she went on to say, "Since you don't have a lawyer, you should leave too." Can you believe that?
What kind of reasoning is that? She's the one who's been messing around, and she has the nerve to say something like that? Ugh, unreal.
Exactly. It was completely off the rails from the start, and things only got worse from there. I'm still in disbelief about it.
So what happened next? Did you manage to get anywhere with the actual discussion?
Well, once things settled down a little, we started talking about the divorce itself, dividing the assets, figuring out the alimony, all that. But then out of nowhere she says, "We both quit our jobs, so we can't pay any alimony."
Wait, they both quit their jobs? Both of them? Why on earth would they do that? What is the reasoning behind that?
Apparently Vivian had told them that if they couldn't afford to pay, the wages would be garnished, and I don't know how, but somehow they came to this wild conclusion that if there was no income, there would be nothing to garnish. So in their minds, if they didn't have jobs, they didn't have to pay anything. Can you even imagine?
That's the most ridiculous logic I have ever heard. So they quit their jobs because of that? That's insane. It sounds like something out of a bad comedy. They really did that?
I know, right? It's almost like they thought they could get away with anything. So then our lawyer had to step in and explain that the money would definitely be collected, whether through wage garnishment or another means. But then Vivian says, well, if you get a lawyer, could you at least wait until we get one to discuss the alimony? It's unfair that you have one and we don't. She also said, if we do get a lawyer, can you reduce the alimony?
Wait, what? She wants to get a lawyer, but then asks for a reduction in the alimony if they do? What's going on in her head? That's just baffling.
I don't even know. I really don't understand it myself. And to make matters worse, she started acting like my lawyer was the enemy, like we were on opposite sides. Right in front of our lawyer, she says, I'll pay double what Ben will pay if you come over to our side. I'm just sitting there completely dumbfounded. Our lawyer was so embarrassed that he just gave a half smile, but I couldn't stop thinking, how did I end up married to someone like this?
Wow, that sounds like a nightmare. I can't even begin to imagine how embarrassing that must have been for you. So what happened after that? Was the meeting just over after she made such a scene?
It was definitely a turning point. At that point, Vivian's parents had to intervene and pretty much shut her and the guy up. Once that happened, things started moving along a lot more smoothly, surprisingly. Vivian's parents agreed to cover the alimony for now, and Vivian would pay them back once she finds work again. For the guy, well, they decided to sell everything he owned, his house, his car, all his personal belongings, and use the money to cover the alimony. They even promised to handle the child support. Finally, I got her to sign the divorce papers.
So it seems like everything eventually worked out, though it's hard to say if it was for the best. Sounds like a relief, but I can't imagine how mentally exhausting all of this must have been.
I'm completely drained. Physically, I feel like I ran a marathon, but mentally, I feel like I've been through some kind of war. I swear, it felt like I was talking to an alien half the time. I don't even know how to explain it. I just want to forget all of it for a while.
So now that things are finally wrapped up, what's next for you? Are you planning on staying in the same place, or are you going to move out?
No, I'm definitely moving out. The apartment is too big for just me, and honestly, I don't feel safe anymore. I'm worried that Vivian might start stalking me, so I've even requested a transfer at work to make sure I'm away from everything.
What a disaster. I'm really sorry things turned out like this. I'm just trying to understand how she ended up like that. How could she go from being someone you could trust to this?
I don't know. It's like infidelity just drove her completely crazy. It's been a real eye-opener for me. Anyway, I've decided that I need to take some time for myself just to rest and recover from everything that's happened. I really appreciate you listening to all of this. I don't think I could have made it through without people like you to talk to.
Of course, I'm happy to listen. Honestly, I was really concerned about you. You should absolutely take some time to rest and get your mind and body back in order. You've been through so much and you need that time to heal.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. Anyway, I have to get going. I still have a lot of moving to do, and I've got a few other things to take care of.
All right, well, take care of yourself. We'll talk again soon. I'm here if you need anything.
Thanks again, Kara. I'll keep in touch. Take care.
Afterwards, Ben was transferred to a branch outside the state and had to move. It was a significant change for him as everything in his life seemed to shift, and he was left to navigate a new environment, new colleagues, and a whole new way of living. Moving wasn't easy, especially when you had so much to leave behind. He couldn't help but feel a strange sense of relief as he packed his things, knowing that the physical distance would somehow lessen the emotional one. Meanwhile, Vivian stayed behind. She returned to her family's house to live under their watchful eyes, a decision that made Ben feel a little uneasy, though he couldn't pinpoint exactly why. The family dynamic was complicated, and Vivian's debts had piled up. Her sense of responsibility for them was overwhelming, and the pressure to repay everything seemed unbearable. Still, she didn't want to burden her parents more than she already had. She quietly tried to mend the mess she created, taking on odd jobs and working tirelessly to reduce the debt. But her life wasn't as simple as that. In the beginning, Ben didn't hear much about her. She was busy with her financial struggles and had her own battles to fight. But as time went on, he couldn't ignore the feeling that something wasn't right. He began to notice subtle signs that suggested Vivian wasn't moving on. Her messages started to appear at all hours of the day and night. Long, winding texts filled with details about her life, about what she was doing, how she was feeling, and how she couldn't quite shake the memories of what they had shared. At first, Ben thought it was just a moment of weakness, a lingering attachment that would eventually fade. But it didn't fade. Instead, it grew, intensifying with each passing day. He would hear from mutual acquaintances that Vivian had been asking about him, lingering in places where she knew he might be. It wasn't obvious, not at first, but it soon became undeniable. Vivian's life was spiraling into something that felt less like a person struggling to move forward and more like someone trapped in the past, unable or unwilling to let go. Ben had expected this. He knew her well enough to anticipate that she wouldn't simply walk away from everything they had been, especially given the depth of her emotions and her obsession with the idea of them together. And as much as he wanted to help her, to offer guidance or even comfort, he also realized that it was no longer his responsibility. He couldn't take that burden on his shoulders again, not after everything that had happened between them. So he did his best to keep his distance, to ignore the signs that she was beginning to cross boundaries that should never have been crossed. But Vivian didn't seem to understand. The more Ben pulled away, the more she seemed to be drawn toward him. It wasn't enough to send a few messages. She began showing up uninvited at places he frequented, trying to find him, hoping to see him again, even if just for a fleeting moment. She would wait around outside the places he worked, hoping he might accidentally pass by. And when he didn't, she would simply wait longer, her patience unyielding. It all came to a head one night when Vivian made her most drastic move yet. She snuck into the apartment building they had once shared, the one where they had spent so many nights talking, laughing, fighting, and growing together. Ben had long since moved out, but the memories lingered in the halls, the walls, and in every corner. Vivian couldn't let go of that space, couldn't let go of the idea of what their life could have been had things gone differently. That night, as the moon cast a pale glow over the city, she made her way to the entrance of the building, hoping to find a way inside. She knew it was wrong, knew she had no business being there, but the urge was too strong. She couldn't stop herself. She was lost in a world of her own making, unable to break free from the pull of the past. However, what she didn't expect was that someone would notice. Someone had seen her standing by the door, her presence an unsettling anomaly in the quiet night. A neighbor, someone who had no idea who she was or what she was doing, had recognized her from past interactions and called the police. By the time Vivian had gotten close enough to the entrance to try and make her way in, the flashing lights of a squad car were already approaching, the sound of sirens piercing the air. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Kiara, I'm so sorry. I can't come over today.
What? Evan, no, you promised. We made plans. You swore you'd come over for a sleepover at my place. I even cooked all your favorite dishes. I was waiting for you. I was excited, and now you're canceling just like that?
I know. I feel terrible. But I swear I didn't plan this. My boss suddenly threw extra work at me, and I have to finish it all tonight. I had no choice. I have been falling behind a lot at work, so I really need to do what I've been told and continue working.
No choice? You had a choice, Evan. You could have said no, you could have told them you had plans, but you didn't. Or better yet, you could have stayed late another day to get that work done.
Kiara, please, it's not like I wanted this. If I don't finish this tonight, I'll be in serious trouble. I swear I'll make it up to you. Please don't be mad.
I was really looking forward to tonight. I even set everything up. The blankets, the movies, the food. I really thought you'd be here.
I know, and I hate that I have to do this to you. Please, Kiara, let me make it up to you. Next Sunday, let's go to the movies. Anything you want.
Fine, but you better not cancel again.
I won't, I promise.
Well, do your best at work, I guess.
Thanks. You're the best, Kiara. I love you.
Love you too.
See you later.
Yeah, see you.
Amy, I'm so sorry. I just got off work. Is Mia asleep already? Damn it, I can't believe I missed her birthday. I'm on my way home now. I'll pick up a cake. She wants chocolate, right? Amy, please text me back ASAP.
Amy? Who's Amy?
Kiara? Oh, shit! Wait, no, forget that message. That wasn't meant for you, it was a mistake. Please, Kiara, just ignore it, okay?
Ignore it? How the hell am I supposed to ignore that? Who's Amy? Who's Mia? Evan, what's going on?
It's my sister. Yeah, not my sister and my nephew. That's all. My sister's been staying over at my place, and I was supposed to pick up a birthday cake for her son. That's what the message was about, nothing else.
Your sister?
Yes, that's what I meant. Look, I lied about work because I thought you'd get upset if you knew I was spending time with my sister. I didn't want you to think...
Evan.
Yeah?
You don't have a sister.
What?
You told me before, remember? That weekend trip we took, you said, my parents only had one kid, me. They'd love a daughter like you, Kiara.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. And another thing, your message didn't sound like something a brother would say to a sister. You sounded panicked, desperate, like you were trying to fix something before it got worse. Evan, tell me the truth. Who are Amy and Mia?
Kiara, I could explain.
Then explain.
I have a wife and a kid.
What?
I'm married, Kiara. I've been married for 5 years. Mia, she's my daughter. She just turned 4 today.
No.
Kiara?
No, that's not possible. You told me when we started dating, you said you were single. You said you wanted something serious. You told me you weren't the kind of guy who played around. I told you I wasn't interested in anything casual, and you agreed. You agreed, Evan.
I never meant to lie to you, I swear. Kiara, I fell in love with you the moment I met you. I couldn't stop thinking about you. I wanted to be with you no matter what, but then you said you'd only date someone who was serious, someone who was in it for the long run. And I knew if I told you the truth, you'd never give me a chance.
So you decided to deceive me instead?
I wasn't trying to deceive you. I just couldn't help myself. I love you, Kiara. I love you so much.
Shut up.
Kiara.
No, don't you dare say that to me again. You don't love me. You don't even know what love is. If you loved me, you wouldn't have lied to me for 3 years. You wouldn't have taken away my choice to decide if I wanted to be with someone like you.
I didn't mean...
You wouldn't have made me the other woman.
Kiara, please. You weren't just...
Yeah, I was. Your wife, Amy, she's your real partner. Mia is your daughter. I was just your dirty little secret, wasn't I? A plaything to keep you entertained when your real life got too boring.
That's not true.
Then why didn't you tell me?
I was scared.
Scared?
Scared you'd leave me. Scared you'd look at me like you are now.
You should have been scared of hurting me.
I never wanted to hurt you, Kiara.
But you did.
I know.
And you hurt Amy, too, and Mia. You betrayed them. How could you do that to them?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Kiara, people don't choose who they fall in love with.
Oh, screw that. Love isn't an accident. Love isn't something that just happens to you. It's choices, it's decisions, it's commitments. You made your choice, Evan. You chose your wife, you chose your daughter, and then you chose to betray them. You know what's disgusting?
What?
Mia is 4 years old. We've been together for 3 years. That means she was a baby when you started cheating. When Amy was up at night rocking her to sleep, exhausted out of her mind, you were taking me out on dates, holding my hand, whispering that you loved me.
Kiara, please!
Did you ever feel guilty? Lying in bed next to her at night after coming home from spending the day with me? Kissing her, telling her you loved her while you were also telling me the same damn thing?
I don't expect you to forgive me.
Good, because I never will. Give me back my time.
What?
3 years, Evan. 3 years of my life. My time, my love, my future wasted on you. I could have been with someone who actually deserved me. Someone who actually loved me. Someone who wasn't a liar, a coward, a cheater.
Kiara!
Don't say my name. You don't get to say my name anymore. This is over.
I know!
Delete my number. Delete my pictures. Erase everything.
Okay.
And do better. For Amy, for Mia. If you have any decency left in you, you'll never do this to anyone again.
I'll try. Goodbye, Kiara. I'm sorry that things had to happen like this, but at least nothing more will come from what you've discovered. I hope you find someone else who's better than me.
Evan, wait a second.
Huh?
You think you can just say some cool-sounding goodbye and walk away like that? No, absolutely not. You don't get to do that. This isn't some beautiful, tragic love story where we say our farewells and move on. This is a mess, Evan, a disaster, and I want you to take real responsibility.
Responsibility?
Yeah, you cheated on your wife with me. You don't think you owe her anything? An apology? An explanation? Something?
What? You want me to tell Amy everything? That I was sleeping with you for 3 years? Kiara, come on. That would just make things worse.
For who? You?
For everyone. Look, Amy doesn't know about you, right? If I just keep quiet and end things with you, she never has to know. We'll get divorced cleanly, no unnecessary drama. No one gets hurt any more than they already have.
No one gets hurt. Are you serious? Amy's already hurt. She just doesn't know it yet. And you want to keep it that way so you can save your own ass?
Why make things worse for her? For Mia? If she never finds out, she doesn't have to suffer through the betrayal. Isn't that better?
Better? For you, not for her. She deserves to know the truth. She deserves a husband who respects her enough to be honest.
Kiara, this isn't about respect. This is about being practical.
Oh my God, listen to yourself. You are unbelievable.
Why are you so hung up on this? Is this about me leaving Amy, or is this about me leaving you? Because if you're pissed that we can't get married now...
That is not the point.
Then what do you want from me?
I want you to be accountable.
Accountable?
Yes, you don't just get to lie, cheat, and then walk away like nothing happened.
What do you expect me to do? Leave Amy and Mia and marry you? Is that it? If that's what you want?
Evan, shut up. That's not what I want at all. I don't want to marry a man who lies so easily, who cheats without remorse, who thinks love is something disposable. You think you can just hop from one woman to another and it'll all work out for you? No, I could never trust you.
But you love me!
Loved. Past tense. And even if I still had feelings for you, that wouldn't change a thing. Because I finally see you for who you really are, and I hate what I see.
So what now?
I'm telling Amy.
What?
I'm going to see her tomorrow, and I'm going to tell her everything.
Wait, Kiara, don't do that!
Why not?
Because it'll ruin everything!
Oh, you mean it'll ruin your life? Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Kiara, please, I'll do anything! I'll give you money!
Shut up.
Kiara!
No, you don't get to buy my silence. I was lied to, manipulated, used for 3 years, and the only thing I regret is that Amy doesn't know the truth yet.
You're seriously gonna do this?
I am.
Then you're an idiot!
Excuse me?
You think you're the first woman I've done this to?
What?
Ha! You really thought you were special? Kiara, you were just another girl I kept around for fun! But the moment you got too demanding, I knew I'd have to cut you off. You don't matter. And Amy? If she finds out, I'll just spin it my way. I'll tell her you were a crazy stalker obsessed with me. I'll make sure she never believes you.
You're disgusting.
And you're naive.
Oh, I'm naive? You really think you can get rid of me that easily?
What do you mean?
I know where you live.
No, you don't. The apartment we always stayed in together? That's not where your family lives, is it?
I thought so. You had a separate place just for your affairs, didn't you? A little love nest where you could pretend you weren't a husband and father.
You don't know anything!
I know enough. And I also know that if I go to Amy, she'll start asking questions. And if she doesn't believe me right away, I'll show her proof.
You don't have proof!
I have everything.
Lies!
3 years of text messages, photos, voicemails, receipts, every gift you've ever given me. Do you really think I have nothing on you? Yeah, that shut you up real quick, didn't it?
You wouldn't.
I will. Well, what now, Evan?
You're a real bitch, you know that?
No, I'm just someone who refuses to let men like you get away with this.
You're making a mistake!
I don't think so.
Fine, you win!
Huh?
Go ahead, tell Amy, tell her everything!
What?
You heard me, do it!
You don't sound very concerned anymore.
Because I know how this plays out. You tell Amy, she cries, she gets angry, and then what? She leaves me? Fine, I'll survive. But you, what do you get out of this? Revenge? Satisfaction? It won't make you feel better, Kiara. It won't undo what happened, and at the end of it all, you'll just be left with the same emptiness you feel now. You think this will give you closure? It won't.
Maybe not, but it'll make sure you never do this again.
Ha! You really think you're the first woman to try and teach me a lesson?
I don't care if I'm the first or the 100th. I'm going to make sure Amy knows what kind of man she married.
Then I guess this is goodbye for real.
Yeah, it is.
Good luck, Kiara.
I don't need luck.
Kiara, what the hell did you do? What did you tell Amy?
Oh, it's been a while. I see you finally unblocked me. What's wrong?
Don't play dumb. I got home and Amy and Mia were gone. The house was empty. Do you hear me? Empty. And right there on the damn dining room table, she left divorce papers. Divorce! And next to it, a note. I'm going back to my parents' house. I heard everything from someone named Kiara. That was you, wasn't it? You told her. You ruined everything. How the hell did you even find out where we live? How did you get to her? Answer me, or I swear to God I'll take legal action.
Legal action? Against me? Evan, please, that's adorable. I didn't do anything illegal. I just did what you should have done from the beginning.
What the hell are you talking about?
I apologized, properly, to Amy.
You what?
I owed her that much, so I found her, spoke to her, told her everything.
You!
Oh, don't look so shocked. Did you really think you could lie forever? That you could control the truth just like you controlled me? That nobody would ever find out?
How? How did you even find her?
Simple, I hired a private investigator.
You what?
Had them track down your real home. The one you kept hidden from me, and once I had the address, I went there myself, knocked on the door, introduced myself, and sat down with Amy.
You insane bitch!
Is that what we're calling accountability these days?
You destroyed my family!
No, Evan, you did that. Not me. You.
Shut up!
You lied. You cheated. You built your entire life on deception, and now, when everything is finally crumbling, you want to blame me?
You don't get it! You don't understand!
Oh, I understand perfectly. You wanted to have everything, didn't you? The perfect wife, the sweet little daughter, and a side girl to keep things exciting. And you thought you could balance it all, didn't you? Thought you could keep me in the dark, keep Amy in the dark, and just coast through life, lying to everyone.
No, that's not...
Oh, but it is.
I just... Damn it, Kiara, I never wanted to hurt anyone!
But you did. You hurt everyone.
I was lost! I was struggling! My job, my marriage, everything was suffocating me. I needed an escape.
Ah, there it is. The excuse.
It's not an excuse.
Oh, but it is. Poor Evan. So much pressure, so much stress. So what's a man to do, right? Have an affair, lie to 2 women, risk his child's future? Of course, that was the only logical choice.
That's not what I meant!
Then what did you mean?
I...
Face it, Evan, you're not the victim here. You never were. And now you're just mad because you're finally facing consequences.
This wasn't supposed to happen! If you had just kept quiet, if you had just let things be, everything would have been fine!
For who? Who would have been fine, Evan? You? Because I sure as hell wasn't fine, and Amy, you think she was happy living a lie? The only person this setup worked for was you.
Damn it, Kiara, just help me!
Help you?
Please, I don't want to divorce Amy! I can't lose my family! I can fix this!
Oh, and how exactly do you plan on doing that?
You could talk to her for me! You're the one she listened to, right? You can convince her! Tell her it was just a mistake, that I wasn't thinking straight!
You want me to lie for you?
No, it's not a lie! It's just... I mean, we can spin it! Say I lost my way, but I've seen the error of my ways! That'll change!
You haven't changed, Evan, and you won't.
I will! I'll do whatever it takes! I'll pay you if I have to. Name your price. Just make Amy stay.
Wow, that is how little you think of me? That I'd sell out another woman for money?
I didn't mean it like that!
Yes, you did, and that tells me everything I need to know.
Kiara, please, don't do this to me!
To you?
I know I hurt you. I know I did, but we can fix us.
You can't be serious.
I still love you. I do. And I know I screwed up, but I can be better. I can change. Please, just give me another chance.
I have never been more disgusted in my life.
I mean it. I'll divorce Amy if you want. I'll marry you instead. We could start over. Just say you'll stay.
Do you hear yourself right now?
Please, Kiara.
You must be out of your mind if you think I'd ever want to be with you after this.
But...
No, we are done. Forever.
No, wait, please.
And just so we're clear, if you keep harassing me like this, I will press charges. I have everything I need, every message, every transaction. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Kiara, please.
You don't get to beg your way out of this, not this time. Goodbye, Evan.
Kiara!
After everything that happened, Evan was forced to face the full weight of his choices. The divorce, as painful as it was, didn't just mark the end of a relationship. It signaled the beginning of a much harsher reality for him. The financial burden of alimony and child support was crushing, and it felt as though every part of his life was unraveling piece by piece. I had witnessed it firsthand, the decline from a man with aspirations, dreams, and a future to someone who was now drowning in the weight of his mistakes. When he nearly lost everything, his savings, his property, his sense of stability, it was as though the ground had been pulled out from beneath him. His entire sense of self seemed to have been bound up in what he had accumulated over the years, and now it was all slipping through his fingers. His salary, which had once been a source of comfort, now served only to cover his responsibilities toward the children. There was little left for anything else, not even the simple pleasures of life. His world had become a cycle of working harder just to stay afloat, while the debt piled up higher with each passing day. Watching him now, it was clear that the financial loss was the least of his worries. It was the emotional toll that truly seemed to weigh on him. There was a hollow look in his eyes, as though he was already beginning to accept that he would never fully recover from the damage he had done. Not to me, not to the children, and certainly not to himself. I couldn't help but wonder what had been going through his mind as he watched everything he had built crumble. Was there regret? Was there guilt? Or was it too late for any of that to even matter? As for Amy, her life took an unexpected turn as well. Despite the initial shock of the divorce, she made the decision to return to her family's home for support. At first, I wasn't sure how she would cope. Returning to her parents' house after everything that had happened couldn't have been easy. It must have felt like going backward, like admitting defeat in some ways. But when I saw how she started to rebuild her life, it became clear that she was doing what was necessary for her survival and the well-being of the children. Her parents, though perhaps disappointed in the way things had unfolded, seemed to provide a foundation that helped her find some stability. They didn't just offer physical shelter, they offered a sense of safety and reassurance that she desperately needed. Amy's role as a mother became even more pronounced, and though she was dealing with a mountain of responsibilities, the love she showed her children was undeniable. It was a reminder of the strength that could be found in the most difficult circumstances. She had grown up in ways she had never expected, but she did it because she had to. Her relationship with her children seemed to deepen as they all navigated this new chapter together. In time, I could see the sense of fulfillment in her face when she interacted with them. Even when the weight of her situation threatened to pull her down, she no longer had the luxury of time or energy to indulge in distractions. Instead, her focus was entirely on the well-being of the kids and creating a stable environment for them. It was an act of immense sacrifice, and in the end, it was also an act of love. For me, it was a time of reflection, one that brought forth both clarity and pain. Looking at the broken pieces of my past, I had no choice but to examine every choice I had made and every moment that had led me here. The reflections weren't always kind, they were raw and unsettling. It wasn't just about what Evan or Amy had done, but how I had played a role in all of it too. I wasn't blameless, and coming to terms with the truth was one of the hardest things I had ever done. But through that honesty, I began to understand the power of growth and the necessity of healing. In some ways, the most painful lessons are the ones that shape us the most profoundly. I had spent so much time focusing on the relationship and everything that came with it that I had neglected my own well-being. But now, as I started to see my own worth and strength, I could finally begin the process of reclaiming who I was, not in relation to anyone else, but for myself. It was during this time of self-reflection that I began to open myself up to the possibility of a new relationship. It wasn't about escaping the pain of the past or rushing into something to fill a void. It was about learning to trust again. I didn't want just any relationship. I wanted something rooted in mutual respect, understanding, and honesty. I wanted a partnership built on solid ground, where both people could stand strong individually, but also support each other through life's challenges. I didn't rush into anything. I took my time, allowing myself to heal and grow before I even considered someone else's presence in my life. And then, when the time felt right, I met someone who seemed to embody everything I had been looking for. This relationship is still in its early stages, but it feels different. There's no rush, no pressure, just a standard understanding that we are both looking for something real. It's been a beautiful experience to build something with someone who is patient, supportive, and kind. The level of trust I feel with this person is something I never experienced before, and that in itself is healing. I'm no longer afraid to believe that love can be something positive, something that brings out the best in both people. This relationship has given me a sense of peace and a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that I am no longer walking through life alone. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.